Next up on our journey, when it comes to our core values, is extreme ownership. This is one I absolutely love. It's something I was fortunate to be taught as a kid, and I really dove a lot deeper. If you like to read books, there's a great book by Jocko Willink called Extreme Ownership, and he really goes deep on this topic, has a great podcast. But let's face it, we talked about our entrepreneurial spirit, and we're moving quick. And sometimes when we're moving quick, mistakes are going to happen. I don't ever expect anyone to be perfect. I promise you, if you look at the entire team, add up everybody's mistakes, I personally made more mistakes than everybody combined. What we're looking to do, though, is make better mistakes tomorrow. What does that mean? Right? When we make a mistake, it's just a matter of standing up and owning it. There's no hiding. There's no blaming. There's no figuring out a way where nobody will find out. It's just standing up saying, hey, this happened. This is why I think it happened. And this is what I think we can do to prevent it from happening again. What else could I ask from a team member? That's a perfect scenario. I'll give you a quick story. We had a fairly new team member, and her role was to do the management fees on our book of money that we managed in the stock market. And she was here late on a Friday working on it, trying to get it done, and she made a mistake. And she was really worried. We hadn't had a chance to connect yet. She didn't quite understand our culture yet. And she went to her manager and she said, oh no, Tony's going to be so upset at me. But what blew me away, and she was a pretty young woman, what blew me away was she made the mistake. She stayed on Friday, even though her manager said, hey, head home, we'll fix this on Monday. She could not leave until she fixed that mistake. She identified a couple ways she thought we could avoid it in the future, went to her manager and presented those on Monday. I surprised her that week by stopping by her desk, and I said, I heard you made a mistake. And you could almost see the color fall out of her face. She was nervous. And I said, I'm so proud of you. And she sat back. Proud of me? I made a mistake. I said, yeah, but you stood up and owned it, and you figured out a way we can fix our process and our system so it doesn't happen again. What more could I ask for somebody? That is an ideal A player that is taking extreme ownership. So don't be afraid. Obviously, we want to minimize mistakes. Obviously, we want to try to avoid those, but they will happen. I'm a human being. You're a human being. But if it happens, just own it. Stand up, talk to your manager, say, hey, this is what happened. Maybe it's with the client. Maybe it's with the process or a system. This is how I think we should fix it. And maybe even I have some ideas on how we can prevent it from happening again in the future. Together, if we all own this and we take this extreme ownership, we're all going to get better together. What I'd like to challenge you on when it comes to this core value is think of an idea, or maybe it's something that happened in your past. It could be in your personal life, or maybe it's something that happened at previous employment. I want you to go back and think of a situation where you could have done a better job taking extreme ownership and how that might have resulted in a better income. If you're comfortable sharing it, we'd love to hear it.